Canberra yesterday and we arrived on the beautiful coast. We're about 3 hours south of Sydney in a town called Berrara. This is where Jamie from Shoreline works. This part of the coast has been battered by wild storms over the last week or so, and it's still a bit cloudy today. The ground's soaking wet. There's a bit of tree debris still down, so I'm not sure what Jamie's site's going to actually look like today. It'll be interesting to see it. But Jamie's site was literally only a 5-minute walk from where our accommodation was, so today we chose to walk instead of drive, and actually I can just see his site up there. We are in where?
In Berrara.
Berrara. I've asked you that about 5 times.
Yeah, it's a tricky one to say.
Can't get the pronunciation locked into my brain, but it's a beautiful little town.
Yeah, it's a nice little coastal town. Lots of beaches around.
There's still a bit of a secret?
Yeah, still. Yeah, lots of people seem to drive past.
Yeah.
There's like Ulladulla's past us and Jervis Bay on the other side, so everyone just sort of bypasses us, which is good for us.
Yeah. But only 3 hours south of Sydney.
Yeah, so it's still pretty close, you know.
Yeah.
It's pretty much all freeway now as well, so it makes it a lot easier.
Mm. And so this is a pretty sexy looking project you've got going on here.
Yeah, it's probably our best one to date. It's pretty complex. It's built right on the edge of the cliff, so there's a lot of extra factors that come into it.
Yeah, right. So driving here yesterday, it was quite interesting as we were driving in the one sort of road that comes into Berrara.
Yeah, Berrara, that's it, yeah.
The one road that drives into Berrara. I saw your sign advertising, and then saw another builder, saw another carpenter, saw another builder. I think I saw about 6 builders' signs within a 1 or 2 kilometre run. And then we turned off to drive into the accommodation we're in, I saw another. So it's pretty competitive. It's a small community, but a lot of builders in here.
A lot of builders, and a lot of them don't like to leave the area either.
Can understand why.
Yeah, it's you can work everywhere within 10 minutes here, but it can be challenging trying to compete against work.
Yeah.
And they're all sort of a similar age. There's a couple of older guys now starting to fall back and starting to go into retirement, but there's sort of my age group. There's about 4 or 5 of us.
Right. And I guess in conjunction with that, the other thing that I noticed is that a lot of the houses around here, it's real beach shack, fibro shacks, small little carbon trailer park type things, 80s, 70s and 80s beach houses. But this thing stands out. This is remarkably different from everything else I've seen around the area, right?
Yeah, this is going to be the exception to the rule pretty much. It's sort of designed as a beach shack, but like with just really high-end elements to it.
This house is an exception to the rule. How do you stand out and become the exception to the rule as the builder in this community?
I think by just having a good team of people around us. Obviously, everyone, from our just internal team, the carpenters, just trying to send that right message from day one. We've got trying to do well in the marketing side of it too.
Yeah.
Get our face in front of the right people, and then just the tail end of it is have all you people like yourself just really solid foundations, I think, to work around and be confident with the stuff that we're doing.
Yeah. And you lean into coaching groups and supports as well, because I know you've used Kurt from Builders Coach and the guys from Future Builder Network. They've made a big difference for you?
Oh, huge. Just to have somebody else that's in your corner, basically. Because if it's just me in the office, which it always is, then you really, stuff can start running through your head, especially when it goes pear-shaped.
Yeah, right.
So you can easily lean on those sort of people to, help you out of some sticky situations and just rely on, we've had conversations before as well, just when it gets a bit challenging, how to best to, deal with customers, basically.
Yeah, that's good. And trades hard to find? A bit thin on the
there's certain ones that are, like tilers can be tricky, but I think now we've found the right people for us,
Maybe you could, if only you could teach the kangaroos how to tile, because there's a fucking shitload of them around.
They're everywhere, aren't they? Yeah, it's full on around here.
Everywhere.
Yeah, we get people pulling over left, right and centre, out, from somewhere else in another country and just stopping and taking photos. And
yeah, a lot of them. Right, so the uniqueness of building in this region. Very coastal, we're in the middle of a national park, aren't we?
Yeah, we're surrounded by a national park.
Right.
So basically this little town can't get built out.
Yep.
So it's pretty special.
Is there a marine reserve?
The marine reserve, it starts more over at Jervis Bayside, which is just about half an hour north of us.
Yep. Bushfire region because of the national parks?
Yeah, full bushfire everywhere.
Yep. And you're building right now on the edge of a cliff?
Yeah.
And the rock is sandstone?
It is siltstone down the bottom.
Siltstone.
Yeah, and sandstone underneath that layer.
So it's soft?
It's soft, yeah.
So what's the height of the cliff there that you're on?
The cliff edge will probably be about 16 metres it is.
It's significant?
Yeah.
So footings?
Yeah, so we expected to find, the geotech report said that we'd find the rock at 3 metres. But on the first day we were here, that concreter was, he didn't really trust it. So he got a test hole done and we drilled down to 8 metres that day. And then we had to make the decision, we need to do something different. So engineer back involved, redesigned what we hoped to find. And then we...
How deep did you end up going?
Yeah, so we got the piling rig on site the week later.
Yeah.
And we ended up drilling 10 metres.
10 metres?
Yeah, and we had to socket 500 into the rock as well. So we're 10.5.
10.5, so you're still not quite below the cliff edge.
No, we're just above it because the siltstone layer's here, and then I think there's a fair bit of that, and then it's back onto the rock.
Right.
But we did find too, it's all clay down, and then the water started running at the siltstone level.
Right.
So it had to happen real quick, otherwise those holes could have bottomed out and
filled up. Yeah, wow. So how many holes were that deep?
So there was 11 like that, and they were all the ones that were in the coastal erosion line.
Right.
Because they just do the worst case scenario, which is that cliff could eventually, in the 50 years, cave in.
You're right.
So I'd hate to see that, but if it did, those piles would still be sticking out of the ground.
They'd still be there, right?
Yeah.
So interesting. And then what goes in those piles? Is the concrete's got to be a bit unique, and then the steel that's got to be in it? Is there anything unique about that?
It's more just the steel. So when we were going down to 3 metres, I think we had N24s.
Yep.
And then as soon as we went to 10, we were up to N36s.
Right.
So just the cost of those cages alone, they were like, I think it was over 21,000.
Wow.
And that to be especially, as we found the depth of the hole, the call got made to Sydney, they welded them all up and sent them down the next morning.
Yeah.
So it all happened really quick.
Wow. Well, I know from when we were helping you price this, your earthworks, the boring and the concrete works package was somewhere around $250,000 from memory.
Yeah.
No doubt it's probably pushed past that now because of unknowns. You know, you feel for everybody in this scenario. You feel for the client especially because you've got to talk to them about an unknown that's changing prices. That puts stress on everybody, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely always probably the most challenging conversation I've ever had to do is that one of the unknown variations.
Yeah. Because
if they call for the variation, they want to change the materials, that's fine. They know what they're asking for.
Yeah.
But when it's something like this that they weren't expecting, it's very tricky. Yeah. And especially when we had the right reports done at the time, it wasn't anybody's fault. It was probably, if anything, the geotechs, it was just a bit misleading.
Yeah.
But it's obviously to a huge cost as well. You're not talking $5,000, it was around 60,000.
Well, it sounds like you've managed it pretty well, given that very, very significant unknown. You lose sleep when you're facing those discussions the night before having to have that chat with your client?
I did, yeah. It's always the hardest one. I think I was more stressed leading up to it, and then I sort of just eased into it one afternoon. We're talking about something else that's mentioned, there's something coming that we need to talk about. And the next day, obviously, that's when we had the big discussion. It's always going to be a hard one for him to swallow because it's huge cost. Yeah. But then we ended up meeting on site, and I think we both did a bit of breath work before we met, and we talked it through pretty well. Yeah,
they're never easy, but sometimes, unfortunately, in the custom home space, it's unavoidable. I guess if you would give any other younger builder or another builder some advice on managing those uncomfortable conversations, what would it be?
I think breath work, that seems to help me a lot, just to calm down and ease into it. But it's just, I think it's experience too. I think, I definitely don't want to keep doing the calls like that, but it will have to happen. Yeah. No doubt. And it's experience to deal with it. And
probably the biggest thing I would say is don't wait to have that communication.
Yeah, the sooner the better.
Don't wait. There's a lot of people are nervous about having that conversation. They're worried about it, or they just get it done first and then find out the reality. The sooner you have those conversations, the better you're going to be able to manage the awkwardness of it with your client.
Yeah, and I think doing the variation like properly too in the software, like I use Wonderbuild, and it's just all laid out very simply. You know where it is. They can see the contract price adjust because of it as well.
Right.
Even though it is a cost plus, they can see it at the end of the day. I think that helps them.
Well, it's a very impressive looking build, and the site it's copped the battering because of the massive storms you guys have had lately.
Yeah, it's been hammered.
The ground we're standing on is actually soggy. It's spongy. There's been so much rain through here.
Yeah, I think we had 250 mil or something.
So you're dealing with that in relation to, were all those piers in prior to
We
the
had all
storm?
them in, so we timed that really well. The plumbers means you get their stuff done the day before it as well.
Right.
So yeah, we're very fortunate there, but now it's just a matter of trying to let it dry out before we can get back on there.
Yeah, right.
I think the concreters are going to try and make it go tomorrow, but we'll just see how it looks.
Right. No, it's impressive. Well, mate, it is always a pleasure supporting you with what we do, and to help you see these projects come to reality. And yeah, I love hearing your story and learning a bit more about this region. So can we walk on the site?
Yeah, let's go have a look, for sure.
I didn't bring my Wellingtons.
No, yeah, we'll stick to the side. We might find a dry spot.
Well, that was a very unique location. Literally building a home that's going to be hanging off the side of a cliff. It's pretty unique. Hearing Jamie how he had to manage the footings and embedding into rock to ensure that that home's going to be supported well was really, really interesting. I'm meeting such wonderful, high quality builders, but they're wonderful, high quality individuals as well. You can just tell the sincerity and the honesty that Jamie is applying into that build process. And the thing that he's encountering, which when you're building homes like this, it's almost unavoidable. There's always going to have to be, at some point, a bit of a tricky conversation with the client about budget and changes. It is an unfortunate reality of building custom homes like this. But the difference is when the builder has integrity and cares, and they're able to translate that through to the client. That's when you get this beautiful combination of the builder and the homeowner and the design coming together to fulfill that vision. That's really important. That really struck me today. Jamie is that type of guy, and he's managing it really, really well. And fingers crossed he can continue to manage that project right through to completion and have a really happy client and a relationship and a beautiful home at the end.